that it's in my opinion hard for us to even keep up with it. I mean,
I think the issue is it gets pushed to the public at the same time as us, so we don't even have a chance to ask clarifying questions about the purpose behind it as well.
yeah, and maybe my stance on this counts. Maybe Malton did provide us the documentation for the DOJ stuff to hopefully keep us informed. But before that happened,
yeah, I had to set up all the permissions for that stuff.
Yeah, which was what, probably a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, it was probably around there is when I set up that all up.
So if you look at all the legislation before then, though, that was all just kind of dumped on us. We had to figure it out from there. And this legislation, I'm really not a fan of. I know that this PD has its problems. Turner and I spoke yesterday for many hours. Captain Slacks, I know you and I have spoken many times. Captain Ruth, if we had an opportunity, I'm sure we would have had many discussions about it. We unfortunately just don't see each other. Everything's fixed one piece at a time. It always will be. If we could fix all the problems, they all would have been fixed yesterday. The reality is, as a senior, per chain of command, people have concerns. They bring it to me. I talk with other seniors. When we decide that something needs to be brought up, we follow chain of command. So it's obvious we're going to get the brunt, and we're going to hear things, and then you guys are going to hear things. But I feel like there's a system in place to communicate that, and I feel like sometimes, and I don't know if this is just the way that I'm feeling about the current mayor or just the way that our council works in general, but I don't feel like we're having an opportunity to communicate that stuff before it's pushed out. A lot of the legislation that's being pushed, while
I think that's intentional.
You think so?
I do.
It very well might be. I don't know though. I'm doing the best that I can to continue to be what the expectation is. I don't know. I mean, it's kind of an unknown. I will formally apologize if I shouldn't have gone to that meeting. Like I said, I don't know sort of what department or branch or sort of power the mayor has to dictate a meeting with me. I had went with the intention of having a productive conversation, and I left with more questions than answers.
Yeah, I mean, you were asked to come down. I don't really have an issue with, you weren't sure what you're getting yourself into, more or less. I don't have an issue with it.
I do want to mention as well, the mayor, I don't know if you're aware of this, the mayor told us in the meeting that he is a former treasonist, spent 20 years in Bolingbrook, that tried to dismantle the government in the past.
And now he's just doing it from the inside.
There's no way. There's no way he's doing this on purpose. There's no way he's trying to.
Based on
you can't be saying that, Slacks. You cannot be saying that after what we just went through. You cannot be saying that.
I'm just so shocked by what's happened in the mayor's office. I'm just so blindsided by it because I didn't expect him to lose his cool like that. I didn't expect him to just, yell and scream like that when we're trying to work on a problem. We're trying to work together.
Here's the thing. He doesn't have answers for anything. He wants to send it off to somebody else to create an answer for it. It's something we can easily do without this legislation. And the fact that he's sitting there acting the way he's acting, nothing about this is accidental or by coincidence. This is completely intended.
Yeah, he wants to take power, have somebody else look into it, where we even said we would be willing to have other people look into it if he would just approach us and have a conversation to work on things together, side by side.
If this is above my pay grade, for lack of a better term, you can tell me you won't answer. What did the conversation entail, though? Because it sounds like he wanted. Because shit, I don't know. I was wrapping up the 911 we had from Cornwood. Max came out and he goes, "Who is that?" And I said, "It's Flop." He goes, "Oh, hey, Flop. Let the cops know I want to talk to them." And then he walked away. and he sounded pretty like civil about it. I didn't know who he wanted me to talk to, but it sounds like it obviously did not go as a civil conversation at
Yeah,
all.
I'll just be honest and straight up with you, Flop. I don't mind telling you what took place in there. Nothing was civil in there from the mayor's office. Nothing. It was nothing
He was
but yelling.
shouting from the whole entire time because something, hey,
Right.
you know, lawyer voice. He apologized multiple times, kept shouting, apologize. His biggest thing was accountability. He felt like us three captains, nobody hold us accountable. And who are we to, you know, suspend or punish somebody?
He says there's no accountability in the department, which is quite literally the opposite of what we're pushing for and preaching, and also, I'm not sure where he's hearing these things. He laughed at the fact that that Cornwood was suspended after shooting an incapacitated person on the ground, dumping a mag into him. Found that funny. I just I'm still kind of going through all this. So accountability. He said that we're not hiring and training people fast enough, which he has no law enforcement experience. I'd expect him to have a response like that. The thing is, he's never gone to us and asked us exactly what the reasoning for that was. We explained training. He said it needs to be done better. It needs to be done faster.
And he's also never reached out to even speak to us once.
Mm-hmm.
The only reason this meeting happened is because we showed up at the courthouse.
So to understand, this was, for lack of a better term, unwarranted. It was more of a walk-in to kind of get an understanding, and they just kind of, I say they, but Max just sort of just kicked his foot through the door and said, fuck it.
Well, it seems somebody's in his ear.
Somebody's
Or
definitely in his ear. I
several
don't know.
people,
I don't
potentially.
know if it's you know, Molten, because that name was being brought up often. I don't know if somebody else is in his ear, looking at the PD from an outside perspective, trying to make a comment or two. There's just a lot of outside noise right now. And
Do you have any ideas to who it might be?
As to who it might be, outside of Cornwood already being in the mayor's office before I got there, no, I don't know who else is really talking at the moment. Like I said, the only, and this is hand to whoever you believe in, the only people I know that have been talking to the mayor, as far as I was aware and as far as I thought, was the PD liaison, and from what I understand, the mayor calling and requesting people if they needed to, I guess, be summoned. I don't even know if summoned is the word for the mayor.
Okay. So maybe not even, it could be more people that just not aware of, or he's just making up that he's talked to a lot of more people.
I mean, I'm going to be honest. Walking into a room with all of my captains is always going to be an intimidating thought. I don't look at it as intimidating, as I don't really have anything to cover or hide, right? But what are the lines to draw for the mayor? And I know Captain Slacks, we talked about this, but because I'm scared now, thinking that what if I did get my point across? What if I did say something that I shouldn't have? Where is the line for the mayor and the communication with the PD?
He's making a line.
The thing about it is the mayor comes to you and says, how are things going in the PD? Obviously, you know, be honest, but at the same time, do not throw people under the bus so they're not there to defend themselves. That's how I see it, right? A lot of times when I get asked questions, I talk in a more general broad term, and yeah, that's fine. As long as you're not being overly negative and disrespectful, I don't have an issue with it.
Okay.
I would prefer in general, like if you wanted to have that discussion, you go through Nakota, but if the mayor approaches you, that it's different.
Okay.
Okay, I think I misunderstood your question. You're saying if you wanted to talk to him.
No, I was more, I mean, in terms
like
of
going back and forth, what are we open to talk about with the mayor?
Yeah. We don't have like
Where the lines,
guidelines
like,
on that.
I would say anything like internal specifics probably should.
More so now than before. Any departmental, I mean, he is not an employee. He's not part of the department. He's not privy to reports. He has to go through the same process as anybody else for a FOIA request. He's not going to pull up reports. If you're going to talk to him, you can talk to him as you want. I don't think we should be talking about internal issues. I mean, internal issues are fine to bring to him if you so please. That's such a.
I mean, you would bring it internal things. I mean,
It's
that would go civilian oversight board if it was something like that, not the mayor.
if it's something that we couldn't fix, right?
Right.
I don't want to make it sound like you can't go to him. You should
No,
be able
no,
to go
no.
to him, but frankly, it
But
seems
Dakota is the person that should be speaking for all of us
Right.
and was voted in for that position, is sort of the going to. But
Sure.
him coming to you, I do see it as very different.
Yeah, I definitely took I guess when I went into the room and he started asking questions, I definitely like, I don't know. I didn't know how to feel because part of me wanted to just kind of open up and be honest with the mayor. I have the mayor who asked to speak, and you know, I thought, okay,
Yeah, if he approaches you, I mean,
sure,
talk to him, right?
but devil's advocate, what if I did open up about, you know, stuff? What if I did open up and start discussing things? I mean, granted, I'm sure this conversation would probably be going a little differently. I think
I mean, depending on what you said,
Yeah.
we'll have a conversation about it, right? It can't be black and white because depending on the context behind it.
Yeah, because
I
I
mean-
mean, like in this situation, I think it would be like the mayor I can see is a reason why people might speak more than they should because it's the mayor,
mhm.
but it's also he's not within the PD. Which I think lends itself to this whole problem if he wants to be over the PD when he's somebody who's not even trusted with PD documents.
Sure. I do think it's also interesting that he can write legislation to essentially just take a scoop of ice cream and throw a cherry on top and be the cherry all of a sudden for no reason. I think that definitely does add some question into his level of power and or authority. I think that's a whole separate other can of worms to open up, is to think that while he's not trusted, if this is voted on tomorrow, what if he is trusted just by the end of it? I mean, I feel like that's a terrifying thought. That doesn't exactly give me a very comfortable feeling.
I don't think that mayor gives any of us a comfortable feeling right now.
No.
Well, I mean, we talked about it earlier, and I guess maybe it's disrespectful to maybe talk negatively from the political side, but Juno got fired, correct?
Yeah,
He
he told
stated-
us that it's because
Yeah.
she disagreed with him.
So Juno got fired for disagreeing with the mayor, and
About
she
this legislation, by the way.
Yeah, she did not feel like it
about
would
the
be
PD.
appropriate.
So she voiced her opinion, and in replacement, he appointed
His wife.
his wife.
So now, between the mayor's vote and her vote, they are a third of the votes needed to pass, or a third of the votes. So in total, there are 8 people in council, including the mayor. The mayor's worth 2 votes. So his wife is 1 vote. He's 2 votes. Deputy mayor, which sides with him, according to other council members, sides fairly often with him. Not always, but fairly often with him. That's a 4th vote. They only need 1 more vote, and it gets passed. They can pass anything.
But it's
5
also
votes
if it
to pass
passes.
anything.
What
Is-
does that like? Does that just mean they have say? Like, is it valid? Is it even legal for that to happen that way? Those questions come into play at that point.
I hate to say it, and I didn't think I was gonna be saying it, but I kind of agree with McNulty. If I have a guy sitting in his office snapping his fingers to make demands, I don't think I want to take orders from that guy. That's not somebody who should have control over this police department.
I mean, the fact he didn't speak, he spoke to a couple officers and thinks he knows what's going on. He proposed a mentor program, and
We have a mentor
We
program.
literally have a
And he quite literally described our exact mentor program. So whoever spoke to him has no idea what they're talking about either, by the sounds of it.
if anything, I'm speechless.
he also stated like he can get things done. And then I might have brought up, where's the civilian oversight board? And he said it's not in place yet. So they haven't even done the things they need to do in order to work with us at all. He just wants to take the power.
It's be a trying day tomorrow. I'll see what happens.
To clarify, does he want you there? All of you there?
No.
We were
he was
invited
not
by other
invited.
council members, so
He was not planning on speaking to us before any of this.
That's even more terrifying.
yeah.
What,
Um,
what the fuck was he?
None of us have been reached out to or even had a discussion, so he has no idea what is actually happening within the PD.
He also mentioned that this is getting voted on tomorrow, and it's probably going to pass. He was very much confident this will become a thing.
Is there not a law or regulation to negate Siobhan's vote based on conflict? That is like, I mean,
no, actually,
and I think that highlights the issue.
according to the Constitution, Chief of Staff is completely and 100% up to the mayor. But it's things like this, which is why rules and constitutions and amendments are written, right? So, you know, there's council members who are not on board for that as well, and they're the people who are going to have to voice their opinions, and citizens will have to voice their opinions to get anything done. Realistically, we can voice our opinions all we want, but ultimately it's them who have to step up and do something. And it sounds like they're not on board for it. So
I do believe we need to speak to Chief Justice Crane, because even him, he enacts legislation on behalf of the council. So we just kind of need to have a discussion about if that's even a possibility.
I mean, I even recommended in the meeting we're having to just focus on the LSPD as a whole. Let's get a chief of police or you know, somebody in that position if he truly wants the fleshed out chain of command to where you do have somebody at the top, right?
I mean, everybody wants to snap their fingers and that shit happens. The thing is, you need the right people in those positions, and that's what he doesn't understand because he's never been in a position like this.
No, and it's if you ever go against him, he's just going to remove you from your position.
yeah, it sounds more like I don't like to use this phrase. What was that, Cap?
A dictatorship?
Yeah, you could say that. I was gonna say more of a power trip, but you know, I mean, hey, that absolutely constitutes the same energy, I think.
Yeah, and then he does not believe that we want accountability, the captains, which is
What does that even mean?
that means that he doesn't want. He believes that we don't want oversight above us, which in reality, I don't mind. I'm all for checks and balances, but
Yeah,
it has to be fair.
Who's above the person above? It just keeps going up and up and up.
Exactly, and you have to have something in place to where it allows these people to function without too much micromanaging.
And I do believe, like, between the three of us, we do check each other quite a bit about a lot of things. More than
people see, that's for sure.
Right. I mean, here's the thing, right? And like I was telling him, let's bring a chief of police. If you want to have oversight from the mayor side of things, have a faction head in place, but also have checks and balances to where mayor can't really mess with the PD too much, only if it's needed. And then maybe if he wants an election or selection, we bring in names of folks that we recommend from the PD, and he can say, okay, I like this one. Let's go with that one.
Even in the proposal, we said, like, they can have some sort of say in a lot of things. And also it would include situations of removal of somebody they would have a part in.
I don't want to interrupt. Does anybody have anything to eat? I'm so sorry.
I have some chips.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Cap. Oh my gosh. Thank you.
I don't know. Tomorrow, I'm gonna try to show up tomorrow. He might kick us out. Flop.
It's in less than 12 hours, right?
Yeah.
No, it is.
Yeah. Like, this is morning for me, so tomorrow really confused me for a second.
Yeah, same boat.
Yeah. What is it? 9 hours? No, 11 hours?
It's
10
like
hours? 10 hours, 30 minutes.
10 and a half, yeah.
And we need to be here early to try to catch. So it's you and me tomorrow, right? Slex?
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna be there.
I'll be there for sure.
We need to catch Crane. You need to try to catch Green.
You need to catch Crane before this because he is somebody that needs to at least be filled in on things from our side.
100%. Is there anything else we need to talk about? Oh, actually, we need to talk about a couple hacking and stuff. Anything else we talked to Flop about before we wrap this up?
No,
Nope.
I think we're good.
Okay.
Thank you, Slop.
Yep, not a
Appreciate
Thank
problem.
you, Flop.
It's okay. Slop, flop, it all works the same. You all take care.
You as well. Hey, listen, Flop.
Yes, sir.
It's gonna get really hectic out there. We're gonna have. I mean, we just arrested not Chang Gang. Sorry, we arrested Rami, Mr. K, and Vinny Pistone.
Mm-hmm.
And
Rocky?
there were a
What are you
lot
here
of
for?
threats being made. A lot of things being made. A lot of things being, said at the courtroom. So just get ready.
Okay. I just want to clarify. Are you talking about things
Late
to change?
shift 2 into shift 3.
Okay.
Early
Yeah.
shift 3. So increase amount of crime against sanitation and things like that.
All good. I will make note of it. Do we want to have a bolo out for?
I'm gonna write something up tonight or
Okay.
tomorrow morning.
Okay. All right. Well, I will find myself out then. Thank you for letting me know. And again, you all take care. If you need me for anything, please let me know.
Will do.
Awesome. Oof. Yeah, you know what's funny? I never really had an opportunity to talk about how Flop felt about his meeting with the mayor. Flop felt like he was blindsided by what happened. I missed the meeting with the mayor. Had to go. We were not there for the meeting either, to be fair. It was I actually thought, for whatever reason, when I saw that Flop walked in and they asked about that, immediately I thought, oh my god, Flop's getting fired. but when they asked what was said, I thought about it and I'm like, you know, now that I think about it, nothing really got said. All the mayor said was, you have Stockholm syndrome, and kind of just went from there. But I don't know, man. That's gonna be an interesting one. I actually thought that was more for I thought that was more for the Forte situation. Probably getting daps for sure. I don't think so. Flop was honest. Because Flop asked Slacks, hey, I was invited by the mayor to this. Like, what was to be said or done about it? And, you know, they all made the point that, you know, hey, you were called. Like, you know, you're fine. I don't think Flop's getting daps, to be honest. But he was honest, and I think that's the big takeaway. Process at the beginning was either promotion or fired. I was leaning more on the idea of fired. I did sub mode for that because I didn't know where that was gonna go. But I definitely didn't want I didn't need that getting blown out of proportion. But yeah, Flop even asked, like, hey, we don't have anything regulatory, excuse me, about kind of where you see the expectation. And Flop even said that, you know, hey, it's got me worried now. What line is to draw in the sand for what we can talk with the mayor about? But to be honest with you, Flop had very questionable feelings about the legislation. Number one. And number two, not only did he have questionable feelings about the legislation, but for Flop to learn that Juno got fired was a lot.
Hi.
Hey, how you doing?
How are you?
Oh, well, sounding like I'm Well, you know what? I'm gonna be honest. After the conversation I just had, I feel like we may be on the same page and we don't even know it.
Yeah, that's does it have to do with the mayor?
Tomorrow I am taking off.
Tomorrow I'm about to be in a WWE cage match in the city council meeting. So because I am fighting the mayor tooth and nail, and I don't know how it's going to shake out, and I'm a little scared.
I'm gonna tell you something, and I want you to just keep this in mind.
Uh-huh.
And I want this to be just on your forefront. He is going to yell. He's going to get loud. He's going to be
Okay.
very combative.
Yeah.
He's gonna do whatever he can to try and shut you down.
Mm-hmm.
Just be honest. Don't let him trick you up.
Did
Just
something happen to you?
sort of, but not really. I finally met the mayor, and I'll be
That's
honest.
what I was gonna ask you. Like, what
Yeah.
did he reach out to you, or did you reach out to him?
He reached out. Actually, fuck. Now that I'm thinking about it, I reached out to someone who was having a meeting with the mayor. I was unaware of the meeting, and he had said, "Oh, why don't you come on down? Come on down to the mayor's office." So
Okay.
I went down, and I got to meet Max, but that's as far as I got with him. The long and short of it was that I was told that I have Stockholm syndrome, and that that is verbatim what he said. And
Jesus.
yeah, I don't, I don't know. And also, not that I want to uncover more shit. Juno getting fired?
Yeah. Juno has been fired because she disagreed with him openly in front of the council. They screamed at each other for 15 minutes last week because he had basically shut her out of all of his decision making, and she was upset by it. And apparently, she went and complained to his wife, of all people, which was stupid on her part. And
Oh, Juno.
Siobhan went straight to Max, and so Max fired her and put Siobhan in her place, which I take great issue with, as well as a few other members of the council.
We all do.
Because that's nepotism and just bias corruption, because she's already proven to the council that she's incapable of making good business decisions. Like there are so many. I could go on for ages. That's why we were in MRPD earlier, is because we were having a meeting about all of this, because basically it's going to be a very close vote, if it even goes to a vote.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna keep this as. Well, you know what? Actually,
Just tell it to me straight. Tell
Okay.
it to me straight.
Well,
I'm your sister. Tell it to me straight.
I'm gonna tell it to you straight. All I'm gonna say is I just walked out of a room with all three of my captains looking at me in the face. And yeah. Max is very intrigued over the idea that this is getting passed.
Wait, did they talk to Max?
I don't know how much I should say.
It's okay if you tell me, because we were literally discussing this earlier with two of them. So if they were, oh, did they go to the city hall because he was holding the open office hours?
I think so. I think that was sort of what it entailed, but
Oh. Okay, so we already did the first round of the WWE match. Okay, and I'm guessing it did not go well.
not at all.
Okay.
I need you to do me a favor. I don't know how much of that should be said. I don't think.
Right, I won't say a word.
Yeah, literally no one. Just know that the floodgates have already opened, and it's gonna be a waterfall of shit
Yeah.
until about 12 hours from now, less than.
I invited all of the captains to the council meeting. So because, we have a lot to address. So yeah, it's going to be ugly, but I do appreciate the warning. But I have no problems with telling a grown man to lower his tone, because I am not somebody that they can scream at. I am not a verbal punching bag. And if he can't have a adult conversation in a civil tone, then he can go throw a temper tantrum and come back and speak to the adults whenever he's ready. So, I mean, if he wants to play ball, I can play ball.
I figure you have no problem with it,
Hmm.
but
I
yeah,
just do me a favor. Avoid Max, avoid Siobhan, avoid Lance Malton, and avoid Cletus Cornwood, please. At least until all of this shakes out and we find out where all of the pieces lie.
well, I'm gonna be honest with you. I plan on avoiding just about everybody, and I mean, I'm talking in the PD, out of the PD, family,
Okay.
friends. I'm telling you now, I'm picking a day to take off. Tomorrow's my
Yeah.
day.
Okay. Well, good, good. Take the day off, just relax. There is a note that Tessa left in Ziggy's truck. I was driving it earlier because I had to get to the city, and
Have a good one,
Sean's car
Witchin.
is still parked at MRPD because he had an emergency and had to fly out of town. Um, so I don't, I couldn't read it. So I don't know if you want to take a look at that whenever you get home or whatnot. It looks like she has moved some things around, so I'm interested to see what she's cooking with. But if we need like materials or things like that, just like send me the list. You can either text it to me or email it to me. I don't care, and then I can start like collecting those things.
Okay. I'll see
Okay.
what we need and kind of go from there. But
Okay. Just yeah, take the day, relax, and then even when you do come back, just avoid those people. And I guess talk to me whenever you get back and I'll let you know what happened, okay? Unless I end up in the ICU, and then you'll have a text message from the hospital.
yeah. All right.
Yeah. We'll see how it goes. Right now I'm just staying up because I'm trying to find Michael, because I need to see where he stands with all of this.
I would hope Michael has
I would
changed and has
too.
become reasonable, but
I know, but I fear for the worst. All I can do is hope that I can talk to him and plead my case, because I mean, if things end up going the way I think that they may go, things might be a lot different for him. So,
oh, I'm gonna be honest with you. I am. If this bill passes, I'm gonna tell you right now.
mhm.
I made a promise that if the government flew too close to the sun with my occupation,
Mhm.
I wouldn't give two shits if this place burned to the fucking ground. And I hate to see it, but I'm seeing my days are numbered right now.
Okay. Well, promise me this, okay? Let's see what happens. You are a good cop and the city needs you. And I am doing everything that I can to make sure that it doesn't pass. Trust in me, okay? Because me, Philippa Cancer, Malcolm Nakota, hopefully a couple of others will be voting against it. But I just have to talk to people. I have to see where everybody is. So,
Okay.
but I'm trying my best, okay?
I will keep that in mind. It's really
Yeah.
hard to forget what we left,
I know.
where it went wrong. And listen, all I'm going to say is I had to sit in a room where a man told me that I needed to go to war because I had no choice. And pretty much was told that if
Yeah.
you didn't go to war, you were going to lose your life and your job. And you know what we got out of that?
I know.
A government that collapsed.
Trust me, that is not going to happen. And we're just going to do what we can, and hopefully it's enough. But, like I said, there's 3 of us so far that have common sense. So,
If you could do me a favor,
mhm.
not that this is an obligation I'm putting on your hands. The captains are more than capable.
Mhm.
You happen to see Justice Crane? Can you please
Yes.
just let him know to reach out to the captains?
Listen, I already sent him a text message and an email, okay? I am on that.
Okay, because I'm
I
gonna tell you
am
right
on
now,
that.
if there's anything I've learned, communication is not good in this police department, and communication is apparently really bad that this legislation got fucking pushed. So I guess we wait and see, and we go from there. Like I said, just don't stress yourself out over it. Speak what's on your mind. I know that your answer is going to be reasonable and fair. People are. We are living in a fucking dictatorship. I'm just gonna say for what it is. Who the fuck
He's
is this
trying
guy?
to make it that way, but I mean, the council members are not going to sit by and let him just ignore that we exist. We're here for a reason. And I have a feeling because of that alone, I doubt, like, he's picking fights with all the wrong people, and it's just not going to do him any favors in the long run.
We have problems, and a lot of problems are solved with solutions.
Hmm.
But a tyrannical pull to try and essentially run a department from your desk.
Yeah. I mean, it should be a coordinated effort. Like I told the captains in the meeting, the council should be working with PD High Command hand in hand. Not, no, you couldn't get this done, so we're going to do it for you. It should be, hey, this is an issue that was brought to us. We need you to fix it. Or what can you do to fix it? And then how can we help you do that to fix it? You know what I mean? Like, we should be working together in the best interest of the city, not for what's best for ourselves, right? And that's the way it should be. And a lot of us on the council feel that way. So this is strictly a Max and Siobhan thing. And honestly, the fact that Juno was even backing it until she got left out of it makes me never want to trust Juno again either. And apparently Max is also gunning for me and Philippa because we're the 2 who speak up against him the most. So, if you hear people dragging me, then let me know, because I have a feeling that rumors are going to start about me, because I'm pretty sure that, you know, he wants to get rid of me. But the thing is that I wasn't elected. I was federally appointed, so I'm not easily removed. So he may try to go for Nakota or Philippa because they were elected. But I don't know. I guess
How much
we
longer
shall
is this
see.
fucker in office?
Another month-ish. I mean, it was the end of January when the elections happened, so it's 3 months. So 2 months. Yeah, we have another 2 months. So, but I mean, listen, just between you and me, if this goes as badly as I think it's going to,
His
then
days are numbered.
we're going to be motioning for a vote of no confidence to have him impeached. So we're going to try to reason with him, but if he starts screaming at me like a child throwing a temper tantrum, I'm going to set him straight, just like I told you. And, you know, then, you know, and we're also going to be fighting, even allowing Siobhan to take the chief of staff position, because, I mean, that's just blatant corruption. To have your wife, who you have spousal privilege with, to take a seat on the council? No, I don't know. That's not how that works. So,
You know what's funny?
Mm-hmm.
Every day I get on duty, I'm usually resting at the PD. I'm not usually up at the house. I think I'm gonna go home tonight. I think I'm gonna just relax.
Yeah.
Put my stuff down. Go off duty. I don't really have a car, but I'll figure it out.
Mm-hmm. Well, Ziggy's is parked in the driveway, so
Yeah, it won't get me from the PD up there right now, but
yeah. I mean, I could come get you if you want.
yeah, that would actually be great. You want to come pick me up?
Yeah, I can do that.
All
All
right.
right. I will be there in a sec.
Yep. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.
All right. Bye.
People asked earlier, do you think Flop's going to make it all the way to a PD collapse? Might give you some answer. Flop's got to talk to Edda. He has to. Ah, fuck. Ooh. There we go. Did you 1042 already? Yeah. But there's going to be more going on.
Hey.
Hey, whereabouts are you?
I was at the clothing store, so I'm running back to the house and then I'll be down there.
Okay.
Why? What's wrong?
Nothing.
Oh, okay. Are you just gonna be waiting outside the Mineral PD?
We're probably gonna go to the clothing store, change, and then you want to meet me at the center clothing store or whatever?
Yeah. I'll be there in a minute.
All right, sounds good.
All right, I'm right at the house now, so I'm on my way.
Actually, I'll meet you at the house.
Are you sure?
Hmm?
Did you just get a ride?
I think so.
Okay.
Hang on tight.
Well, be careful.
All right, I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye.
What are you doing?
Hey, Forte.
Hi.
How you doing?
Oh, I'm just cruising. Are you street walking?
You know, just getting away from the PD.
You live in Polito?
I do.
Okay.
Figure
Getting away from the PD? Same! Oh my god!
Yeah.
It's getting sad.
You know, Forte, I'm gonna say something,
Yes.
and it's all I'm gonna say.
I mean, we're not on duty. You can say whatever the fuck you want.
If there's any day to take off, tomorrow's a good day.
Wait. What are you going to do?
I'm not going to do anything. Could you stop in Sandy Shores real quick?
Yeah.
The sheriff's office, I gotta get rid of my radar off my phone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you going to oh yeah, we're not on duty. I can speak frank to you now. Yeah, what the fuck? Are you gonna like walk in with like an AK? What's going on here? That sounds like some shooter shit.
No, Forte!
Don't come to work tomorrow.
No,
What the fuck? Do we need
No,
to talk? Are
no,
you
Forte!
okay?
I'm fine. Listen.
We'll talk to Ziggy together.
No, that's
Get
not
through
what I'm
this.
saying. That's not what I'm saying. Jesus,
I came off flop. That was the
Jesus
scariest shit I've ever
fucking
heard in my life.
Christ. Listen,
I was like, hell, I'll do it with you.
no,
But-
there's gonna be a vote tomorrow at the city council.
Oh?
It's not good.
Not good. Does it?
If this bill that I have heard about passes, I don't know what's gonna happen to the LSPD.
That power? That's an interesting take. Now I'm curious.
Okay, well, if I tell you you didn't hear it from me, not like it matters. It's gonna.
Flop. Not on duty.
I know.
Okay?
I know.
We're
but-
friends now.
Yeah.
Like,
The word on the street right now
yeah.
is that if this bill passes, the idea with this bill will essentially give the mayor's office undivided control
Ooh.
of our entire structure from the ground up.
Ah.
Next
Yeah.
building.
Scary me.
Give me just a minute. I gotta
I
get rid.
am.
Don't move. You're good. Smoke your cigarette.
I'm gonna smoke the shit out of this.
So
Get
yeah.
on. Okay, I have an opinion, I think.
Hopefully it's a better one than what's on my mind.
What's yours?
Well,
You can speak free. You know,
Yeah.
don't be. I'm not gonna walk in and be like, you know what, Captain Slacks?
yeah, no. What I'm saying is, you know, they just fired somebody. Max just fired somebody. The mayor just fired an individual named Juno Sweeney.
What? Weren't they on the board?
With the mayor. Yep.
Yeah.
She spoke against this bill. They fired her. And in replacement, the mayor thought out of anybody that could have been a good fit to replace the person in that role, his wife. So his wife, in about 10 or so hours, is going to have a vote on this bill. And they make up a third of the votes.
Okay. So he really wants this bill to go through, is what it sounds like.
Yeah.
Without all the other, like, you know, politics and bullshit and demoralizing and, you know, all the behind the scenes. He wants this to go through. Okay, so it's probably going to go through, sadly.
He's under the impression there's no doubt about it.
Okay. And I know Max on a neutral level. I haven't heard of this, to be honest.
Probably for the better.
Yeah. I've only spoken to him in regards of businesses, and he called me up to his home to talk about warrants, but was him trying to extend warrants. And I told him we couldn't do that because the warrants expired. That's basically what it was. I know his wife better. She's my personal, you know, retained lawyer, as well as my lawyer for my business. It behooves me that he would want to do something like that. I see what he's getting at. If this is like a total control, PD isn't doing shit kind of reaction.
Here's the issue, though, is that the mayor hasn't spoken to anybody, so he's hearing things and he's just putting in this legislation without getting the full context.
Where do you live?
Make a left or right, it doesn't really matter. Either way, we'll get to the same spot.
Okay, who's there?
Make this right. I believe Edda is at
Oh,
the
I
house.
love Edda.
Yeah. There she is.
Nice. On the roof?
Yep. Uh-huh.
God, it's like a problem.
Not as much of a problem as my phrasing
She
to say,
dancing.
take the day off tomorrow.
Stop saying that.
What?
Because to me, it's really funny.
But it's...
But you
It
said that to the
wasn't-
wrong person with like PTSD about something, it's game over.
What?
Yo, dog, do not come to work tomorrow. I warned you.
Forte, you are a fucking...
From 11 to 12, do not go in.
Oh, look, your Polito core. I'm so proud of you.
Yeah, yeah. Hello.
Hi.
What's up, San Juan?
What?
God,
So-
did you already forget?
I might have told Forte. I sighed and I said, if there's any day to take off in this PD, tomorrow might be a good one. And he said, that sounds bad, Flop.
Oh my God.
I didn't mean for it to
I
sound
said
that
flop.
bad.
It sounds like you're about to shoot up the PD.
Well, he might not, but somebody else might.
Better watch out. Shift 1. It's going down.
Actually, it's going down probably in shift 2. It's gonna be kind of crazy.
Oh no. No, I was just riding around and I saw Flop walking.
Yeah, it's actually really funny
Aw.
that you pulled up.
Well, you guys, I got tight lips, so I'm a sponge.
I feel like those are two completely different things.
You know, I stand around a lot and just look at things. It's because I'm taking inventory. I listen to everything.
That's pretty cool.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Do you want me to walk away? Is this private? Is this weird now that I'm here?
I don't
No,
think
you're
so.
fine. I mean, you're a member of PD, so you're about to find out about it any fucking
I'm barely
ways.
a member of PD.
You're a member of PD.
Stop.
Shut the hell up.
You're a member of
They
PD.
hate me.
They don't hate you.
Bullshit.
No. Just as long as you're doing your job and you're owning your mistakes, then, I mean, that speaks, volumes.
Oh no, they all stinky. Kind of over it.
Well, I'm sad to hear that
They're all
because I think you're a
stinkies.
good cop.
I have a silly license.
Did you just say you have a silly license?
I have a silly guy license. I do.
Where'd you get that from?
Me?
Clowns?
No, I'm not even joking. Do you like it?
I need to see this. I hope this
Yeah.
is some paint shit.
No, it's notarized.
Oh, I have seen this. You put this up on the fucking board.
Yeah, because I want everybody to know that there's some new licenses that are available.
You are such a tool. God damn it.
Here, go ahead, have my license. Hey, did you get my license? Hello?
Oh, are you asking me? I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I am looking at.
Let me know when you want me to send it to you.
Can I ask a question for it today? One that's been asked to you before because I was in the room when it was asked.
What's up?
What does Risinum with the tism mean?
Oh, do you want my actual explanation? That I'm not gonna say in front of the PD ever.
Sure.
So, it's a really weird story. I don't have Riz, but people say I do because I'm so blunt and upfront. Yeah, and, people have no idea what it goes on in my head, I guess. I think very backwards rather than forwards.
Oh, Molten's actually cooking. What?
Is he?
But I can learn an instrument in 2 weeks and go perform it. And I now have 13 instruments that I can comfortably. So
We
what
get
I
it.
like this.
You're cool.
No, I'm not cool.
You're really cool.
I'm pretty
by
sure
the way,
I'm on the
that
spectrum.
song was really good.
Oh,
What?
thank you.
What song?
How does
So
you being
music.
on the spectrum have anything to do with you being cool?
Well, it's a
What?
long. Well, I'm serious. So I'm very serious. Stop making fun of me.
I'm not making fun of
Oh
you,
my
honey.
God.
I don't
gonna
understand
cry.
why that's relevant.
No. He asked me.
Oh.
He said, "What's Risinum with the tism mean?"
Oh my.
Do you like my
God.
license for? Okay, hold on.
You're using the charisma of your autism.
Yeah, here you go.
I'm so proud of you, Forte, honestly.
So music
Why
has
are
always
you so hilarious? Oh my god.
music has always made sense to me.
And,
More so than words.
Get this.
Yeah.
People hate this guy. Explain that to me.
People want me gone.